necessarily into position.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to understand when you're feeling it, and then you can go for it. And other times you need to understand, okay, we're gonna disengage a little bit. We're gonna play the rounds a little bit slower.
You are not the only person who's brought up the Bane from Dark Knight comparison.
Oh, really?
It just seems like that is the exact thing you have to know. Like, oh, I was born in it. That's that's my impression.
Interesting, Mickey Mouse. Bane, we have.
Let's go. We are back, chat.
We're pulling up the Aiden comps now.
Yeah, for Paper Rex, no changes from when we saw them last. Forsaken had
Let's
a
go,
real
let's
up
go.
combine. I
Big
love
match.
Brimstone.
RRQ versus Paper Rex ya guys ya.
I like it against the double duelist.
Monyet's going to be on the race, no Neon for him, and then the Sky is going to be come out for Kushi. Kushi has played quite a bit of Sky, and I quite like the Sky in the current meta, to be honest. In terms of how it's worked out since the nerf on the utility, the Sky has been becoming a little bit more popular in some of the other regions as well.
Yeah, she's coming back. And you know, as you mentioned, like other regions have been bringing out the Sky as well. So I'm eager to see how this plays out and if we're going to be seeing
Sky balik lagi guys.
Even more. We talked a lot about
Mana nih?
Jemkin's chamber here, but of course, PRX is still PRX. You have something back on the Yoru, and we all know what kind of damage he can do on that agent. We are about to step into Bind. We're gonna toss it over to Paper Thin and Achilles.
All right, back again. Banger first start to our opening series of the day. Tapered off quite a bit on Bind, but we're hoping that we get a very contentious bind between these two squads. Paper Rex versus RRQ. Very well-known quantities. They know each other incredibly well. But how do they look? Because now they are looking to also join Nongshim, take that one step closer.
Let's go.
Yeah, and in terms of what we've seen from both of these teams this year, RRQ with a pretty dominant win in their first match against DFM. Paper X a little bit shaky against Global Esports. Now, how much of that is the relative power level of those teams? I don't know, but I like what I'm seeing from RRQ in particular. But Paper X is Paper X, man.
Paper Rex is Paper Rex, man.
But it should be a damn good time between these teams. As we go ahead and get ready to jump into the action, Bind and then Pearl, a map that we haven't been getting a ton of here in Pacific. I'm very excited for this series, but let's see who can take that opening pistol between these squads. Jemkin coming out on that chamber, something that has to be very scary to go up against.
Oh my god.
Let's go, Paper Rex.
Yoru in Pacific for something. That is unbelievable. I mean, part of that is just the team is unbelievable, and they had a hell of a year, but still.
I mean, you have to assume going back that one of those losses is the Zeta series.
Yeah.
Well,
goodness.
It's been a dominant pick for him, and a reason why something's been in the conversation for one of the best players in the world.
He's done such a good job of getting the most out of this agent. Nobody home here. It's actually Jemkin solo.
Ooh.
3 players were in the spawn.
Buset, Jemkin.
Well, he's just instantaneous with it. The headhunter able to find Forsaken is swinging around the corner. Something going to be taken down. Jing with a frenzy, able to find Kushi at range, but Crazy Guy quickly deals.
Ya Allah.
Not get things started with that classic. So now it's just to buy a Sheriff and a 1v4. Only one player within headshot range, rather within body shot range.
Bisa gitu beliau.
Can't have this happen again.
I mean, I'll take another.
See if he gets there, but now. Bit of spam out around the back. No, not about this shower presence. Xpera will be able to find it. Divide.
Masih juga pertama, bro.
Yeah, quite an interesting setup for RRQ.
Wey, bangun wey.
Players in spawn who are just pivoting off of whatever contact happens first between, you know, your true
Yang pick
sentinel
ban
and
siapa
pseudo
nih?
sentinel. And you just flood. You're just ready to rock and roll. Works a treat. Really well thought out. Interesting pistol strat.
Ngeri.
Paper X, not much they can do. Jemkin is absolutely fearsome on the chamber. It's unbelievable aim. Get those snipers rocking and rolling for him as quickly as possible. Though this time he's going to grab a Phantom. 3 Bulldogs. Crazy Guy with just a Sheriff. Jing actually going with the Shorty, but he's tagged up quite heavily.
Biasanya monyetnya yang flex, malah sekarang Jemkin yang flex ya. Gara-gara main chamber dia.
conceded.
Just outside of lamps here.
Monyet yang main ini.
Smoke will fall. No one close enough to try to cover, and they look to overwhelm him, but will just be a force on the rendezvous. Spike now going to be scooped up. Plant, front of truck, coming back in. Something gets us in play, but 4v5. Players tagged low for Paper Rex on the post plant. Pretty much all util aside from just a singular satchel. Going to be caught as that Trailblazer goes forward. Jing trying to close the gap, ends up getting taken down.
Wah, busuk nih.
Paper Rex must
Bobo busuk nih, bobo busuk nih.
back of the fight. Sheriff, and it will just be for the one kill. Takes out Crazy Guy, who on his own right only had a Sheriff in hand, so ultimately damage not really going to be found as RRQ get the 2-0 start.
That's a huge find for RRQ. They're going to love that they're carrying over 4 rifles into that next round. Just losing the one. Cushy showing that.
Apa pula ini, guys?
Some pretty impressive things on the sky as well. Like you mentioned, led the way with the Trailblazer. Look at that bullet. Those hail of bullets right onto the player trying to get ahead of the curve. You know, with the util changes, in particular to initiators over the offseason, Sky has found her place back in the meta. Get a lot more value compared to, you know, or now, I should say, relative to some of the other ones.
Bahaya, Jir.
A little bit of damage.
Pinch to the face, looking to close the gap, and caught a glimpse, and it's going to be a bit of a standoff there, and a back away from Jing and Xpharaoh. Occupying their give and territories is Monyet. Trying to see if he can catch somebody in transit over towards Lamps, but he cannot. Devi, however, through the smoke.
Nice play.
Able to dispatch Crazy Guy, so smoke's out of the equation. His arrival around the back going to be noted. Hearing that orb take something, barreling his way forward towards Showers. In the meantime, though, Laporter taken.
They get this kill on a Cushy.
It's going to be a double back across towards A, it would seem. But trademark pop, if they can clear that, maybe.
Gila, dibokongin lagi ya?
But for now, RRQ, they are making the right.
Ya ampun.
Something Forsaken, both going to be taken down. The Seekers immediately invested, telling all. As Paper X have to clear these out.
Beliau-beliau ini, guys. Gerakannya udah bagus sih. Cuma kok gitu nembaknya. Astaga naga.
Watching to try to keep Jing covered, just completely utterly exposed and dealt with. The time now basically gone. Trying to get this plan through. Looking nigh impossible as the cleanup will come in. Bonus converted, RRQ. Off to a fantastic start so far here on their opponent's map pick.
And it's great map presence, but Paper X just takes a really long time to feel comfortable working through the showers.
Bisa gitu, Jir, double picknya loh. Something sama Forsaken loh itu. Apalah ini tim.
Trying to kind of bait RRQ away from that angle potentially while they double back, but the RRQ
yang bener aja, Jing.
Immediately there were pings and showers.
Lucky gameplay now for Jing. 3 stingers and then a Sheriff. All that Paper Rex can scrape together for the round. Still playing in towards the site where Jemkin has the operator. Something that they were trying to actively avoid in the previous. Flash will connect, but Monyet having to drop back. Shows up and over the top, but Treat a little bit slow here because she catches a glimpse that it's just a meat grinder. On exit is Monyet, cleans up 3, Cushy gets the other 2. It's a flawless 4-0 start.
Ngepicknya pada lurus semua, nggak ada yang ngepick kiri kanan loh. Oh, Alek. Timeout nggak sih, Lek? Dan yang nggak bener nih ngepicknya, Jir.
They're trying to keep that energy high early. For sure, already some concerning signs here for Paper Rex, as they are just getting blown out of the water, and it's not really close. I mean, most of these rounds have been 3-4 players of RRQ surviving at the end of it. So that means economy is going to be flush. You're going to have to string together a couple of good rounds against full buy rounds that operate operator still going to be there for Jemkin. Whole thing is scary, scary, scary. Even some RRQ fans out there. Big Jemkin fan. He's just kind of been able to chill mostly, a few big opening kills, and then let his teams do the rest of the work. Sometimes as a chamber, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Teams just avoid you, and that's frankly fine usually because you're playing on the weak side almost always.
It's been good value, but let's listen in.
They smoke shower.
Guys, hopping for you.
There.
Noise, Piper in. Smoke though.
They need.
Yang bener aja nih guys.
Kind of only one flash. I'm gonna go shower Sevilla.
Sky and Raze B. I think there's 3 B.
Well, it is a correct call. 3 players are on the B side of the map. Moving forward into the showers. Jemkin. Not going to be clearing that, just holding the angle. Did they flash their way in? No. Something just dry swinging. Pays the iron price as Jemkin 4-0 start.
Harusnya kebaca nggak sih? Harusnya nggak kebaca ya kalau gitu ya? Udah yakin 3 di B.
Jemkin finds the shorty draw on to Invi. 5-0 now on the chamber. As that is just Divide. Jemkin has him in his sights.
Woo! Yeah, well, we just heard Ewok say on the desk, you know, how do you beat Paper X? Well, one of the ways you can think about it is just embrace the chaos, and fair amount of that showers here in this round. You know, Jing trying to use his mobility, but Monyet outdoes him.
Bangun bangun. Gak niat jir main
Exactly sure.
drop frame gini ya guys ya.
But that was pretty nice.
It's been obviously going, you know, for the Neon quite a bit when he was playing the Duelist.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now you're just trying to figure something out. You don't even have the... Where's the wall down? Oh, it's in short there for Divide. Now I see it.
There's no real way to try to walk up. You kind of watched by Crazy Guy. There's a trademark unit if you make it to the corner of lamps.
Yeah, and you know, who knows if that's where the operator is. You can see a lot of this early part of the round is fact-finding missions. We heard it in the comms. This time they're gonna back off Cushy. Monyet swooping in.
Showstopper online. Jing grabbing the orb there.
Jangan ulti dulu nggak sih? Nunggu senjata aja nggak sih?
Playing into the 4-player stack on this side of the site is just going to be mollies and nades sent flying. Something the only one who's really been able to scale forward is Invi left out into the open.
Nice banget.
Let's
go! Ayo dua lagi.
It's looking like a thrifty fashion for Paper X to try to get themselves on the board.
Nice. Let's go. Itu loh chat.
Seems about right for Paper X. It's just a bit of a
nice
pause.
Nice
Good early pressure that they're able to create at long B that forces back kind of the heavy stack and opens up the ability for something to use that TP, create that extra angle as well. And even though he doesn't get any kills initially, he's still a big part of the push forward. You're creating his angle, plus you got long.
Let's go.
That gives you really favorable fire solutions for Paper Rex.
Right, you've got 4 ultimates and 1 charge away from having 5.
Gotta get him to go in this round before the cycles come through for RRQ as well.
Something.
Ya Allah. Mau wave beliau.
Double push out from B long.
Cuma 1 hit doang itu.
The response from RRQ, previous round they got bullied out of that space, so they just go right back and say, well, we can do that too. That's a huge ult out of the equation.
Taking it for themselves, and Cushy on the jiggle peak, not going to get caught up. Able to back away, Boombot clears up the rest of the garden, as is the Prowler. Paint Shell, however, from Monyet holds them back. Smoke's now starting to fall, but there's the spot out.
Nice banget, J. Wah, nice banget. Awas, kirinya.
forward.
Nice.
With those 2 kills, they should be.
Let's go.
Jemkin, however, swapping off the operator into the Phantom, wants to try to play this out, knows that he has the tour de force. No matter what, can try to deal some damage, if not get the clutch. Still boosted up. Spots him. The spray, however,
Nice.
eventually does get the kill, but
Let's go, my boy.
able to find it before any kind of flicks can happen. So Paper Rex get back to back.
Yeah, even with the dimensional drift removed from the equation early, still able to get those ults to go.
Nice banget Jir ini.
Saw him right as he was coming up.
Timingnya pas banget.
Fishy here. Just gets tagged up and stuck. Thought for a moment since I saw that Indy had gotten the assist that maybe some of the util had landed, but just a little bit of spam. Nice work. Getting those ult cycles to be in their favor. A miss.
Just the hair off from that one.
Bisa guys ya.
Breathe a sigh of relief.
Lumayan main.
Force the rendezvous. Gets out. And now Paper X starting to lean towards the B side of the map, which is very much the weaker side. Xfero taking over to try to reinforce it.
Got that dimensional drift. You got a nightfall. There you go.
Drifts out. He didn't check behind. Okay, now sees it. Spots the 2 players for a second. Looked like that was going to be just incoming disaster. As orbital strike forces something deeper into the site, but no one's at home to try to find this punish. 2 players at hookah, 1 at elbow. RX still needing to bring the spike forward. Sparrow just lingering here within this smoke. The double push coming through, looking for the transfer, cannot make it happen. Jing able to make it a 1-for-1. Now in play here onto the site. Till dwindling for RRQ. Jing tries to hold the doorway. Forsaken. He'll just find both there at hookah.
Aduh. Ya Tuhan.
Jemkin able to find it. The tour de force shot connecting. The spot out, and Forsaken doesn't collect the kill. Jemkin gets a 3rd, makes it a headshot for good measure. And RRQ reestablish control.
Just using Crazy Guy as a drone for himself there. So great for Paper X. Forsaken reestablishes hookah control. Got the pit down. Oh man.
Didn't even use him as a drone.
No, he just went for it.
Jemkin kalau lagi wangi guys. Holy moly. Manusia Rusia ini kalau lagi aktif banget guys.
Jemkin working wonders.
Oh nice J.
Huh?
Let's go.
Replay right now. Just
Yeah,
roll it. Roll it.
yeah,
Roll
yeah,
it.
This is done.
It's over.
This round is very over.
What in the hell just happened?
They just stacked up and Jing killed him.
He just like blast banged up long and just dunked on him.
He's the only one who can do that.
Bisa gitu ya guys ya.
Only player on the planet that can do that.
Huh.
Yeah. We even get to see it. It just
Yeah.
happened.
I mean, that's not even, you can't even blame Prius for that.
No. No. Oh, we still could
Well,
if you want to.
Slicky might.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so fast and unexpected.
I feel like we should just encourage Sliggy to just be
Bisa gitu Jir.
the devil's on his shoulder. Just get him to be as toxic as possible.
Okay. For the
Can we
moment,
please see it at
the
least?
moment we've all been waiting for.
Nah.
He didn't even blast back.
What?
I thought he did. He just walked out of the poison orb and they were just lined up for him. With the tiniest little gap.
Di double pick kan, di double pick. Satunya mau gerak lagi.
Like, come on, man.
Kena semua malah.
Away with that.
I don't even know if that was worth a timeout. I don't know if I would use one there. The only reason I say that is that was just one of those, hey, crap happens.
Yeah. Well,
Nothing wrong.
Terlalu cepat nggak sih ini?
I'd say.
RRQ? timeoutnya.
All the same, Jovi making the intervention here. See what the adjustments do end up looking like off the back of this one, but
Paper Rex
not
win.
necessarily. Obviously, you don't want to have that momentum build up for Paper Rex, and a round like that from Jing is certainly one that can inspire the rest of the players. True. Start pulling off the same shenanigans, so.
Penonton mereka sih
Yeah,
wajib
Jing's
beginian
been
ya.
so good last year into this year. A lot of the ability to play some of his comfort and also flex off of it, be successful. 7-7 on the Rays, 10-2 for Jemkin on the chamber. Difference maker for sure. Forsaken's into another ult already.
And Jing just one away from having that showstopper.
Yep.
Seekers some hit to try to contend with. As well,
Buset.
Jemkin backpedaling, not getting caught by that orbital strike.
Got rid of the
Jason.
Gets rid of the Prowler, gets rid of the Boombot as well. Something
Kena tuh barang.
It is absolutely
Let's go Ilya.
completely catching them off guard. What an adjustment.
Rasakan itu Ilya ya.
Off the back of RQ's timeout. By now watching around the
Waduh,
back.
salah Davai.
Being a little bit whipped in the crowd, peek from Munyet, able to find the punish, and suddenly Paper Rex maybe overstepping a bit.
Showstopper and Seekers.
Crazy guy on the peak.
Sabar dulu nggak sih? Sabar dulu nggak sih?
Seekers now gonna be let loose. Facing forward, Jing continuing to try to duel this one out as Showstopper gets drawn from Munyet. Forsaken able to find one. Showstopper will connect. Jing gonna be taken down to 2v2. Sees connecting. Is Envy swinging onto the corner.
Aduh, nge-swingnya gitu banget Envy. Kasih tahu Son. Son, kasih tahu Son. Kasih tahu Son.
Wins it. It's a Red Bull clutch.
Jason.
For Paper Rex to continue on their merry way.
This is a beautiful execute to start this round from
Gokil
Paper Rex.
Jason.
Use the orbital strike to push Jemkin out, destroy the rendezvous, force him to the back of truck where your TP cuts all the way through the Viper's pit, right to where Jemkin went. Stellar. This is then it becomes typical Paper Rex.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh god, are they gonna lose this round? No, Forsaken's there to clutch it out.
Cleans it up. Something tells me, Alex, you know, a sigh of relief, but still some frustration.
Oh god, yeah.
As Showstopper from Jing now going to be coming through.
Nice Badje.
On an island, nowhere really to go. Little frantic backpedal is on yet, just paint shelling Cushy.
Nice.
Over into Hookah and forces him back, so he can't actually peek the angle. All the same, though, everyone gets picked apart.
We are so back guys. We are so back. Welcome back Paper Rex.
A little bit of frustration there from Envy, despite these rounds really starting to go Paper X's way. He's not been able to get.
Gak apa-apa Envy.
He's 1-9.
Yang penting infonya wajib bagus.
You know, it's got to be tough. So much pressure on this new player's shoulders to come in here and perform for this superstar team. Trying to keep the vibes up to the rest of the guys.
Once again, with the off.
Awas ya, awas ya.
Wall, the Prowler, however, checking it out. Forces the rendezvous. He's back into Lamps. Jing,
Ya
run him
Allah.
down. What a shot.
Apa itu beliau?
Catches him 3 feet off the ground.
Apa itu beliau Jemkin? Main sendiri aja lah.
This round slipping away. Is RQ.
Apa beliau ini? Main aja sendiri tuh si Jemkin jir. Wah. 75 dong guys. Wangi bet sumpah Jemkin.
Basically at Lamps, they have no real sight control, no real information about other players' positions. Go for the plan behind Dice. It's crazy guy.
Oh, nice boy.
Hits the flick. Shuts down two. Crazy guy and Xpero both taken out. Paper Rex now.
Aduh, kena banget. Kena lagi pas begitu lagi. Alah.
Just a bite remaining to try to delay this. No one low. Likelihood of a
Anjir, jelek banget ngepicknya. Jelek banget ngepicknya bisa trio begitu. Jahat banget.
will establish a lead at the half, but just
barely. Great stuff from both teams, able to string together phenomenal runs. This is, I don't mind this idea. Oh, Jing just
Jir,
didn't give it
seru
high,
banget,
but
Jir.
I don't mind this play here.
here we go.
Woo!
Casual.
Yeah. He's just locked in. But I don't mind that play there to blast pack towards Jemkin because you know that where that rendezvous went, he was so far forward that he has to go U-Haul. There's no other option there, really. And if he isn't, then you get U-Haul for free, so fantastic. But you blast back in there, he hits a great shot, okay. But maybe Jing just didn't get as high as he wanted there, I'm not sure. Follow up from something, not able to do anything either, and that's kind of round over. Yeah, I was going to say, this guy's been a monster on that defender side.
A big performance from Jemkin. I mean, demands.
Ayo, masih bisa lagi, ayo.
No matter what he's playing, but
Yes.
whether it's the Euro or the Chamber, just continuing to put up some very filthy numbers for RQ. Bricks though with a chance to try to jumpstart the engine coming into the second half. That first pistol, pretty brutal for them. Off the back of that opening shot from Jemkin's headhunter, so something to be avoided here. Wanting to see the desk slammed.
Yeah. I mean, he probably has already, but
Tell you what, though, IKEA loves Alex.
they do.
So many sales.
I don't know why they're not a sponsor of him at this point. Why? What's going on?
Wow, 18 kills away from reaching 2,000.
Wow.
Well, given the pace,
He'll do it.
we're going to see that today.
100%. And again, you can go with these 4-1 splits. Look at Paper X. They're like, we know what you did on your pistol round. We're doing it too. Except now they're moving a little bit ahead of schedule, and Devi in trouble potentially if they were pushing off that. But that's all just fake pressure.
Well, they hear the sheriff.
Man,
Back away, and this does have them funneled into the stack of Paper X.
what a read here for Paper X. To at least have their strong side where it needs to be.
Plant should be able to come through. Spam tag damage on somebody puts him at 45. This crazy guy in the corner, able to survive for now, but not until Forsaken swoops out. But there's Jemkin striking once again, and Moneyet getting involved. Runs down the enemy Brimstone. It's going to be a player advantage.
Invi lagi under. Wah, buset 111 sih Invi.
Noise made. Swing in the corner. Cushy going to be good for one. Looking for the second. Doesn't manage to make it happen.
Lu kenapa, Bang?
Something fights back a little bit more, but Jing.
11, Bang, masalahnya, Bang.
That sheriff gonna have to do an immense amount of work as something falls to 24. The fuse being started. Or at least just the tap. Now they rotate back, but need to make a move of this. They have no idea of Xpero's position. The time pretty much already gone. Sparrow not falling for it. Swoops in. And very crisply will take down something. Both pistols in the hands of RRQ.
Yeah, that's huge.
Invinya 111.
Gonna give themselves a phenomenal chance to take away Paper
Jangan
X.
1-2 nggak sih, Invi? Bangun, hey.
Again, that chamber so valuable. Finding those kills with the headhunter. Something
Bangun, Invi.
putting on a pretty nice little performance there on low health, able to get a couple kills, but at the end of the day, the positions that RRQ is able to set up in, able to take that space, you know, nobody pushed showers, so that little setup that Paper X went for at the beginning of the round doesn't amount to really much in terms of denying RRQ anything.
Bahaya banget win ini.
So you just basically have to play full retake anyway. So, just like almost all the way there on the read, just a couple steps short. Now it's Forsaken with the shorty this time. 3 sheriffs and a bandit. So it's a decent little investment into this eco for Paper X. Just can they keep this obscured enough? They're making a lot of noise though.
Jemkin ready and waiting. The Marshal's been doing significant work here in Pacific so far. This time though, only going to be good for the 1 kill. Marshall scooped up something on the TP. Right there around the corner is Xpero, making his presence known as he finds Jing, but will get traded back. Envy with a nice shot of the bandit. Keeps it into a 3v3.
Spike planted.
Scoops up that stinger. Now there's a chance for Paper Rex to try to pull off this Thrifty. Firepower still very much in hand for RRQ. Invi spotting one. Ooh, dead on that flank angle. Tiny bits of damage found, whittling away at him, but it's going to force an armor rebuy rather than find the kill. Then again, does have the regen, so Crazy Guy keeps himself alive, 3 players surviving. Anti-Eco goes the way of RRQ, now up by 4 rounds.
Yeah,
Invi, mana jati dirimu Invi?
see a Guardian coming out. The bait and switches here are pretty nice.
Kamu kan pengganti Batman Invi. Mana jati dirimu Invi?
Needs someone to connect with a headshot. One of those bandits, sheriffs. Instead, RRQ just opts to just stick together, play for the trades.
Sial diketawain gitu loh.
You have the advantage as the attackers in those scenarios.
Mana jati diri kalian Invi?
Nice shot.
Storming his way towards that milestone. Last pack up and over the top, and how is Moniette winning that one? Forsaken desperately trying to find the 3-man spray, but it's only going to be getting 2. Envy the only one nearby. TP happened to be taken by Devi. And RRQ are looking for another bonus conversion to get up to double digits. Swoop in, Envy.
Ayo Invi.
Damn solid shot. Void's taking damage from that outlaw. Send in with a shout.
Not enough fuel.
Flash finding nothing. Devi trying to scale forward to the box. Sets up some shots. Moniette does get tagged. But now it is all on to Envy. Turns the flash. Sees at the ready. Knows exactly where Cushy is. But the time is starting to get away from him. The spot of the head, the dink! Puts up to 33.
Invi.
But Envy himself now down to 17, and the time is already gone. The round is over. The bonus converted. They'll find a kill, an ult charge at best. But RRQ find themselves 3 rounds away from taking this bind.
And that's another bonus converted on top of it all for RRQ. This is so close for Envy. It's been a struggle of a map for him. Almost finds a hero play. Moniette just outdoing Jing in the crazy raise department. Oh, man. That's so tough.
Sial.
Gotta feel good. Over in Indonesia, RRQ is up by 5 rounds right now. And it's a weak bye. Be carried over the Phantom. 3 sheriffs, something with just a classic. And RRQ can just chill and wait. They know Paper X is gonna try stuff. Yep.
Try swinging on the Gemkin once again, and it's going to be something dead. It's just been so very clean. There's the heal out from Cushy. So damage suffered, completely nullified. As Paper Rex have reallocated the resources back over to A, but RQ start marching forward towards this B site.
Toxins going up.
And again,
Well,
drawing their forces back. Devi on the push, gets himself out towards Fountain. Trademark will be able to spot him there in the middle of market.
yep. So they're gonna have to make a choice. Does he try to create some attention? If he just waits for this execute to go.
30 seconds left.
Here's the trademark now.
Yeah,
Set up a poison orb.
now you can go.
Skip past it, but teleporter's now going to be taken. As Forsaken trying to run him down, puts Moniette down to 7 HP, but cannot come up with the kill. Devi from this angle, needing to do a hell of a lot. Bought some time. Whittled away at Gemkin, taking him low, but it's out into the open. Xpharaoh with a cross angle. Does strike him down. Swoop forward. Jing, a fantastic headshot. Envy, making use of that carried over weapon, brings it now into the 1v1. Crazy Guy, able to draw back, avoids the Nightfall. And as he pushes, Envy shall fall. Close but no cigar. RRQ, another step towards taking this map.
Wajib menangin Pearl guys ya.
RRQ for the TP plays, the quick TP plays. Just Yeah, again, Jemkin's got something's number. Yeah, they're so ready for that. The crazy guy's sitting there waiting quite a while in case another player came through. And he's the one who, in the long run, is able to win the round. Yeah. They're in full control now. 2 away.
Jing's just sending it. Will be able to find one. Something. Operator online.
Tuh lo dari tadi anjir.
The best advantage, the best chance that Paper X have had in quite some time.
Langsung Dina depan komuk aja, Cok.
Solid early pressure.
Ikan banget mainin tahan-tahan gini nih.
However, still here, but
Tahan Invi, sabar.
closer than he might
Yang
have
udah tahu
anticipated.
OP.
Shot cannot come through.
Yeah, I mean, you're finally able to get into this operator for something, but it's just been so long.
Either retain it.
Yeah.
Hilo set up. Jing good for
Ya
one, but Xparrow good for
Allah.
both. Suddenly, those early advantages start slipping away. Still favored, still with the player advantage, but Levi peeks this one, okay.
Wow.
Doesn't overstep it. Puts the spike down on the floor.
That's so
Jemkin.
well played.
Deserving respect here. Needs to be feared, but will get caught off guard on the flank. Envy peeking out, takes him down. Paper Rex fighting back, but still it ends up being at such heavy cost.
Yeah, I mean, it's their first round of the half. Took a lot to get there. It's huge advantages
Untung
early,
itu
and it's
crazy
still
guy-nya nggak ready itu dia.
uncomfortable. Let's see that again. Woo. Great little readjustment. Divide there. This is great work on that angle to make sure that he isolates that one fight. Okay. I mean, look at all these ults.
Play, let's play.
RQ gonna use
Here.
at least the tour de force. It's an eco.
Might just be good enough though, especially as Kushi shuts down Jing. Weapon will be watched as Devi refills the space at Hookah. Not a full turn of the flash, and then he just gets run down. Envy now putting himself in position. Gonna be a bit of that damage there, and then Kushi just counterfires back through the orbital. Gets himself a 3K, now the Seeker's leading. Something at backside with the op tag down to 24. Has to relocate as Forsaken tries to slot in from behind.
Spike planted.
Jumps up onto the ledge.
Smoke's down.
Smoke to be cycled down. Something trying to set him up with the flash. Sends it, but Kushi pushes the elbow. Gets the four.
Kalah aja.
Angle.
Here.
Jump out the shot to fly. TP back to Garden. Trailblazer now chasing. Kushi potentially in for an ace.
Ya kalah aja guys.
Will just take it.
Net menang nih mah.
50 of their own for RRQ.
Kalah aja.
Point Paper Rex needing 6 in a row.
It just gets so scrappy and whoa, that's so fast from Kushi. And the pop flash to follow it up. There's just enough of a corner here. He can see those tracers. Envy had a Vandal that time. He's been using the Phantom almost exclusively, and the one time he had a Vandal. Cost him. Might have cost Paper X that round.
Like Manya just said, Kushi Kickoff is back. And yeah, he's been instrumental in both this game as well as their previous.
Him and Jemkin right now are lights out with how clean they are.
Final timeout call for Paper Rex is not really an audience full of smiles like we're used to seeing with them on the stage. This has been a very rocky start to the set.
Yeah, definitely not how you drew it up. Don't know if it was just the chamber that's kind of throwing them off a little bit, or just in general. I mean, again,
everything looks off.
Yeah, again, it goes like I was just thinking, like, goes back to that GE game. It did look off.
I mean, previously, when the Envy was trying to play out the 1v1 versus Kushi, got the kill and then escaped. I mean, he hit him with a seize and then tapped the spike. You can't hear it.
Right.
What's the point?
Right. Why not just run him down at that point?
Flash through the teleporter. Try to set up for this hookah peek, but no one home. Jing. Stay set behind that box for now. 2 rifles. Try to make a go of this. Forsaken with the other. About to be under some pressure here at Lamps. Showstopper though. Looking to guide them forward. Checks around towards showers. Nothing going to be spotted. Paper X just have to respect this. They have to play back.
Oh, look at Crazy Guy.
A little bit of damage found there, and yeah, Crazy Guy trying to take the fight. Jing bouncing at him, draws out the weapon, just shuts him down. Invi now dancing around this with the Spectre. Forsaken going to be taken out at the same time as Invi can only find the 1 kill. Something in Divide, all the weapons lost. It's just the Sheriffs now. Phantom does get collected. Ward onto the site, the tap of the fuse, something playing point, able to find the first. Cushy here within the poison orb. Divide, a shot onto Xpharaoh, but now something scrambling to try to work his way back over. We'll just get caught up in a crossfire. 13-6.
Kalah aja.
Making a statement on their return to the
Sial,
stage.
sial, Paper Rex.
Paper Rex's selection up behind.
Yeah, I love what we're seeing. Chemkin on the chamber is a nightmare for everybody that's been running into him. Monyet looking really good on the raise. He had some great moments with the movement, with the blast packs. And of course, Cushy continues to be stellar in so many different regards as that initiator fragger. So much going well. Xpharaoh had some great moments as usual. I mean, this RRQ team, they all stick together. It's the same 5 that ended last year together. And they are doing just fine.
Yeah, looking absolutely excellent, but Paper Rex looking out of sorts. A lot to work on and to talk about in what is going to be a very short break. So get ready to go over to Pearl.
Galbat cok ini di main ini.
Bisa
kalah loh.
Something that's going to be played is of course going to be a consideration, but something that, given what we saw from this bind,
Gimana nih guys, bannya kalah nih.
I think they're running the chamber again.
Certainly could.
Maybe not, but maybe they want to run double duelist. But
Could
still,
do.
I'd be fine with the chamber.
Could be the chamber, could be, you know, back to your Neon.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'll have to just wait and see what RQ has up their sleeve, but for now they have the upper hand. So Paper Rex needing to rally back in a big way and send this all the way across to a map 3 if they want to be victorious. But for now, let's go ahead and pass it back over to the analyst desk.
Woo, RQ fired up with that win on Bind, and it's easy to see why. Look at the first kills on this, and we can't, we have to expect that the person responsible for a lot of that was Jemkin, because this chamber was just such a menace to deal with.
Gotta say, so impressed with RRQ. The game plan was rock solid here. You spoke about it pre-match, Ewok. How do you beat Paper Rex? You can embrace the chaos, you have to back away at the right times, and it just felt like they understood that so well. They had the counters ready to go.
Yeah, it also made a lot of sense that they started there on the defense side. The chamber looked really good, could get all of those first kills for them. The defense side, I think, is where that comp is really going to shine. I was interested how this comp was going to look like on the attack side, and how Monyet was going to enter into the side being the solo raise, but then them winning bonuses, double pistol. They didn't have to worry about the attack side too much anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I love it that Monyet steps up so big in this game. This is still a little bit of a revenge match for him, you know? He's played with those boys. He knows how it is on that other side. He's found a home here in RRQ. He's topping the ACS charts there. Big shout out to him, especially after such a weak match 1, against DFM. He really didn't step up there, and now he's activated.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the stats on this, and what luck that I am beside 2 coaches who have happened to have Monyet under their wings at some point in their careers, right? Because he's one of those players that when you tell him, like, it's okay to go chaotic, he will absolutely bring the chaos to a team like Paper Rex. And on the side of Paper Rex, it's a little unusual that they weren't as, I mean, yes, you did see a lot of W, you did see a lot of good multi-kills from like players like Divide, but there wasn't a lot of that iconic synergy just yet on this team. We talked a lot about how against GE, they didn't exactly look as good as they once did, but now against RQ, it's looking like the same story.
they are looking a little bit flat. And for me, what I'm a little bit more concerned about, they look a little bit too similar, is the word I would use, to how they've looked in the past. Yes, they're using this composition that they used so much in the past, but I think you need to, even if you're using the same composition, you need to bring a couple of new things, because at this point, RQ's played against this, everyone's played against it, there's so many votes. You need to make sure you're not getting too used to it and just doing the same thing over and over, because at the moment PaperX looks a bit flat.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, I think it's tough because the meta has evolved to this double duelist, and we're seeing more and more teams play comps that PaperX have used to play. You know, it's not as surprising when PaperX do PaperX things anymore. It's not surprising when they bring out double duelist anymore, and it's all kind of feeling the same. And now I think RRQ just had the read on that, especially in that first half, and they couldn't find that aggression, they couldn't find that spark that we're so used to seeing from PaperX.
Yeah, by now every team in Pacific knows exactly what to expect when it's PaperX, right? And all the players know what to expect as well. Jemkin expected every single thing, and when you look at the highlights that we have here from Jemkin, oh my goodness, he could just read them.
Yeah, we spoke about this in the pre-match. Jemkin on this chamber, he's able to get that op out into that double duelist, and it's such a great matchup. And you have the man hitting shots like this, Ewok. He looked unstoppable.
Yeah, he was doing similar things to Francis was doing on the bind as well with the operator. It's so important to pick off these double duelists when the Fade is the only one that can try and stop you. There's rounds that are known, and we had them for the longest time. They are known as they're doing PaperX.
Yeah.
They're doing PaperX A, PaperX B. We've had these, we've incorporated into our own playbook when we played their comp and everything, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
They've seen it, it's been around, so the reactions, of course, now are a lot more clean and a little bit maybe like a little bit more expected at this point. And for PaperX is a team that's been so good at innovating and bringing new things, they need to be careful of being the team that's all of a sudden has the word connected to them of being expected.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do is fall behind in this meta. You know, playing against PaperX used to be impossible because no one ever prepared you for it. No team scrimmed like PaperX played. You couldn't get that foothold, you couldn't understand their play style, but it felt like Orok, you had every single answer. Jemkin had every single answer. I think PRX's backs are truly against the ropes right now.
And there's the, you know, the integral phrase, right? Used to be. It used to be that you would play a certain way versus PaperX, or they used to play a certain way. Suddenly, they seem to be looking like the team where you can expect everything. We cut to what was going on behind the scenes in the team rooms, and you noticeably saw a lot of disappointment on the side of PaperX.
Yeah.
You saw, you know, Alex clearly with his head down. You saw almost little to no movement from the players. You can tell that the energy has dipped quite a bunch in that room, and you can tell that, you know, the players know it themselves.
Yeah, but the thing about PaperX is you can never count them out.
Yeah.
They do always have this X factor. They can always find their footing in a series. It's not over until it's over for this squad, but there has to be a bit of a turnaround. That's not the map one we want to see from them, and that's their own pick. We're moving into Pearl, a map RRQ have chosen into this series. So what have PaperX got cooked up there? The caster's just talking about it. Do we see that Phoenix come out again? What's the style that they want to bring? But I want it to be something different. I want it to be unique. You know, maybe we even see a Brimstone at this point. They've you know, we've seen them play that on Breeze. I want to see them play something that feels like PaperX again.
They are back on Pearl.
PaperX be a little bit flat, but the other thing that we did see also is Kickoff Kushi back at it again.
That's true.
This guy, once again, with the 4K, such an important run for them, winning the fights there in Hookah and then in Elbow on B side. That was such an important round to make sure that PaperX can't get back into that match. He is absolutely explosive right now.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes you can tell that RRQ, when they get a little excited, when they get a little explosive, as you mentioned, Ewok, it can sometimes lead into some small mistakes. But what was impressive about that first map was that they actually knew when to stop themselves. They didn't let themselves get too ahead, and that quick adaptation is also, I think, what saved them, because previously RRQ maybe would be some of those teams that would let those mistakes get to their heads. But I'm so happy that this time around they actually seemed like, you know what, shake off the previous round, let's go back, let's do what we always do.
And they're winning pistols.
Yeah.
How much easier would it have been if we just did the whole of last year with winning pistols,
I mean,
guys?
2 pistols, 2 bonuses is massive.
You really can't ask for more.
Yeah, it's hard to lose a map when you win both pistols, both bonuses, but they still have to get those rounds across the line. That's not an easy thing to do. You'll know that yourself quite clearly. So it's a great start for them.
Yeah, if they can continue converting pistols like they've been doing so far, they've been looking really good on the pistols. And I'm curious to see if they're going to stay with the chamber, they stay with Neon. I'm curious to see this comp. I have maybe some slight insight that I'll have to wait and see.
Oh, spoilers!
soon.
Wait, that's privileged information. Oh my gosh, Ewok. Don't spoil it. You're ruining
I'll
the
have
magic.
to
You're
see.
ruining the production
Wow.
magic here, okay?
We might see some Phoenix.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay,
Ooh.
before we get too much ahead of ourselves, we are going into Pearl, and as
Wah, ada ini baru kah?
is a possibility,
Ada Ricky?
as is the chamber. It's been working so well for Gem.
Meta baru kah? Meta baru?
Why you should switch off at this time, especially when he's in the zone.
I want to see him back on that chamber. He was electric map number 1, and if Paper Rex want to run more double duelists, I think it's great against it. I also think chamber fits the map very well on Pearl, so I would definitely expect to see them run it again.
Yeah, it's Jemkin after their match last week. He came out of the room and then he came straight to me and he said, "Why did you never let me play chamber? Look what's happening with the chamber." And then Jemkin,
Dafai Killjoy.
I did let you play on Lotus, by the way.
There you go. We have Jemkin back on the chamber.
Wait, Lei.
Oh,
Jing.
this is Kickoff, 2025. We have Crazy Guy on the tail.
I really do like the Teo actually on this map. The salvos make a lot of sense, but it's especially the drone that's so good because you can just go all through A and all the way down B long when you're on the defense side for information, and for the attack side is Crazy Guy really likes calling when he's playing on the Teo.
I mean, it makes sense. I love that Teo against the Yoru when you're able to kind of cancel out that TP. You can leave the Yoru high and dry a lot of times. Over on the side of PRX, it's that double duelist. Jing is on the waylay. Nothing crazy for this team.
It's not nothing too crazy. Both of them gonna go for the Astra and the Sovas. Nothing too crazy. But
Ayo. Satu sama nggak sih? Masa iya guys, kalah guys.
We are heading into Pearl, our second map of this series. We're gonna toss it over to Achilles and Paperthin.
Satu sama nggak sih? Satu sama.
Thank you very much. Here we go. Map 2, a must-win for Paper Rex. Jemkin staying on that chamber, but Jing bringing out the waylay for the first time in VCT. Has played it twice in the off-season over, I believe it was the Radiant Invitational when he had. But this is third time overall that he's playing on this agent. First time that we'll see it here on the Pacific stage.
Yeah, to me it feels like an agent that should suit him. I almost said should shoot him, and I'm like, no. He wants to shoot other people.
Yes.
Should suit him very nicely, I think. I think it suits his playstyle. The real concern I have here right now is just how do you deal with this chamber? Because Jemkin had as many first kills as all of Paper X combined on Bind. So that's gotta end. You gotta find ways to shut that guy down. And looking at the comps, you have some ability to push him off angles and things like that, but
Ini Jing bisa main waylay nggak nih?
how good he's been.
Well, Paper X starting off with a gamble stack on the A side of the map. Just the chamber there. Now go full swooping rotation across the B. And are gonna have to just go ahead and work their way.
Menarik, Xvero yang main Astra ya.
Jemkin has silently been slotting forward.
Crazy Guy-nya main Teho.
Take as much space as he can. So 2 players sent for now. Devi still watching around mid doors. As with the TP forward, something does further bolster their defenses here. Swing out, Jemkin once again able to find it with that headhunter, runs out of bullets, and Jing will be able to
Wah, itu
collect, but not before getting
sakit
tagged, so
banget manusia ini ya, si Jemkin ini.
both from on yet to try to delay. It's Crazy Guy pushes forward and shock darts.
Rasanya.
He's in. It's going to be a bit of damage there onto Cushy, but the kill not bounced. Spike now in play, and Cushy backpedaling, still able to find a kill. Giving the player advantage right back over to RRQ. Shock darts now. Grapple goes out in B. Taken down in the open. Forsaken
Jason.
not yet from that stair side. Final salvo sent. Forsaken the double tap. Comes away with the kill, but now it is all down to Devi. The 1v2. Solid damage found, but has to push forward. Gets the headshot. Crazy Guy.
Ayo, half dulu.
Looking for the hold to have.
Aduh.
Sparrow peeking just before he confirms it. RRQ 3-0 in pistols.
Yeah, and this is something I'm thinking about as well with this composition that RRQ is running, is these post plants are going to be really, really annoying.
Yep.
There is so much delay, so much stall. It almost feels like as Paper Rex, like You have to
Udah
play
main
this
post
defender
plan
side
semua
as a
sebenarnya
attacker
sih ini.
side to get ahead of what they're going to be able to do. Because they're just going to be able to buy so much time and put you in situations like that where you have to try to
Delay-delay
take it for half.
terus ini
And
RQ
they
ini.
know it because you don't have enough time to do anything else.
Imagine Frost is watching this and being like, just play Vito, man. Shrug off all that util. Forsaken slotting himself forward with this bandit. Push coming in and shots just whizzing right over Monyet's shoulders. Only he's able to get one to connect. The ultimate damage that they were seeking and not going to be found. Something quickly pivoting, working his way around towards the back of Secret here. Does have a Marshall to try to get some damage in. It's Cushy go for the reposition. And something opens up with one. Headshot connecting. Monyet going to be taken out. Crazy guy gone. Xpharaoh able to find one, but suddenly Paper Rex themselves into the driver's seat. Jemkin, however, answering back with a kill of his own. Xpharaoh drops a smoke. Envy watching forward. As the grab well does go off. Rendezvous going to be taken. Jemkin having to rescale forward once again as Xpharaoh swinging the corner, gets some damage in, and Jemkin finishes it. Never held to half, Devi having to do it all, but it's going to be
Gila, coy Jemkin kalau lagi wangi sih, wah, bener-bener nih orang.
Some damage dealt.
Yeah, that's got to feel a lot better as Paper X compared to how some of those ecos went on bind. Give yourself a much better chance to not get bonused. Belter shots, devise something, putting that weaker weaponry to good use. Jemkin is Jemkin.
Invi, bangun Invi.
He is farming already. 4-1. Yep, pretty good. They're just going to leave him on his own. Both teams running 4-1 stacks. Kitty corner from each other. Hello?
Behind this one, but Jing is just storming forward. Damage on Jemkin, but kill not found.
Apa main wele begitu ya? Niatnya main wele dia dong. Tapi terlalu ini enggak sih anjir? Enggak gitu banget gitu.
Something, however, going to be traded out. As this bonus already very solid for RRQ, and now getting even better. Jemkin's arrival spelling the demise of Paper Rex as RRQ looks to go not just 3 for 3 in pistols, but 3 for 3 in bonus conversions. Jemkin's already 1 away from the tour de force.
And trademark saw divide.
Calls for a reposition. And a bit more in the open. Divide gonna re-wrap back through mid doors.
Time is gonna be so against him. Took so long to get back over here. Util is clear a little bit of space for you, but
Anno to heaven. Bought out on the side. Grab well through the pull. Divide for the moment, he's paid no attention towards that long angle, but won't even matter. It's going to be Jemkin with another 3K to get RRQ, another 3-0 start.
Surely they can do better.
wow. I don't know. I mean, it is potentially unexpected. I don't know. Looked for a moment, like after that drone, and seen a couple players that Paper X is going to be able to battle their way through that, but then RRQ just firing right back. I mean, can't slow him down, you can't stop him. Xpharaoh hasn't died.
Udah stop wele dah, mending jangan wele dah.
Sheriffs. Paper X trying to push space A. This time gonna leave something over there with the Marshall on B. Try to do a little bit extra damage. So a little bit of change information. Drone certainly saw him.
Just has to get up the angle. Reposition in the back hall for something.
Portal closed.
They do give him a target as stealth drone. Only spots out the one. Does allow them to leave Envy on a bit of a deeper angle, but seeing the Marshall here, seeing something. It's just going to be a quick little rotation call from RRQ. On the Vice, sees that gun barrel, but Jemkin just gets him point blank.
He saw the front of the Sheriff there.
No-scope, so into the stack. Clear that. Relay bolt ends up being shallow. Spam through the box, flipping Envy, taking him lower, and now the push coming through, and they clear him out. A target apiece.
30 seconds left.
Something has his work cut out for him here. Take a lot just to stop this from being a flawless, as they are just spamming forward into the smoke, frantically looking for him, and they are getting tags.
Spike planted.
Down to 30 there in the corner. The Nebula will fall. That is a very fast headshot, so credit where it's due, but it is still a 4-0 start for RRQ.
Gimana cara menangnya guys ini guys?
RRQ is
Gak ada jawaban loh ini.
having no problems whatsoever with Paper X today. Again, they just saw the front of that Sheriff, I think. And RRQ just...
Udah, kalau nggak terlalu bisa wele nggak usah lah.
Saturate was a little early.
Hey,
1,000
congratulations. 1,000 kills for Crazy Guy. Jemkin on the way to 2K.
You want to play? Let's play.
As the Twitter force, listen in as things start getting chaotic.
I go by.
With a one, but yeah, we'll have to cut out of that one as it ends up being a very wild run.
Nice, something.
Something on the angle out from Hall is able to find one. Jemkin going to be struck down. Death for him.
Cushy slipped by Jemkin while he was reloading.
Kelihatan.
Free swinging. Something tagged up a bit, but still alive. The operator still has to be respected, so it'll just be a backpedal. So player advantage for the moment in the hands of Paper Rex.
I mean, it's so important to get that operator in his hands as quick as possible, but RRQ has been so good to start every half. They haven't been able to do it. This time finally gets there, gets some value. Numbers advantage. Forsaken hidden for now. Late rotations from the rest of RRQ behind Crazy Guy. So eyes here as well.
Crazy Guy still has that stealth drone. That's a spot. It's a slow peek immediately. Sending out that stun. Not going to clip on a Forsaken, but gets a bit of damage off that wall bang attempt, but can't quite confirm the kill. Envy does manage to find Crazy Guy. So now it's just going to be the double approach from the stairs side. A 2v2. Cushy has a Hunter's Fury. They got to make a go of this. Sooner rather than later do Paper Rex. A single pulse. And that would be something dead. First one flying, second one gone. Forsaken now could stick to this. The grab well going to be called in. His Cosmic Divide is going to be set up, but no one's watching Nane. The time off, and Xpharaoh is just undefeatable. 7-0-1 as RRQ continue to dispatch Paper Rex's efforts.
And this is just another example of what this composition is going to be doing to you all throughout its attacker's side. Not only is it some of that util we talked about earlier, but it's the ults. This Cosmic Divide, oh my god.
It just seems like not letting any credence to the idea that they could have played split apart. Yes, they were both spotted over towards that art side previously, but
Iya, hebat
so
ini.
funneled in after the Hunter's
Ah,
Fury is there.
mana jati diri kalian, Paper Rex?
Try to keep him protected while he sent out the ultimate, but the rewrap domain, there's just no consideration.
And this is awful. I mean, you just got to the operator finally, and you had some advantages in the round finally. You had a man advantage. You lose Divide on a peak where he gives away the shoulder initially, so it makes it that much easier. It was Crazy Guy who killed him. To just be prepared for that spray. You know, a lot of the little things not able to be kind of normally successfully executed by Paper Rex like they usually are. And on the other side of the coin, RRQ is executing near flawlessly on so many different levels. Individually in particular, they are just making great decisions in the heat of the moment. They're making great decisions in their macro.
Comes the Outlaw, Bloom of the Smoke, drops it, they break the angle. Slow creep up, but it's the first. Second will split the difference, but has a headhunter as well as some reinforcements. Monyet and Crazy Guy come to the rescue. One life given for the cause. As now the stealth trying to clear out the rest of main, and RQ can make their way forward onto the A site where it's just Devi lingering nearby.
Yeah, I mean, I think after this round, you're going to have to try something a little bit different as Paper X. Those early A pushes aren't going well.
Last player standing.
Not much is going well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Marshall, 3 players, 1 tap to it? Maybe? Hopium?
Oh, saw the shoulder, but crazy guy. Hell of a shot. Sits him down 6-0
Ini mah
now.
kebantai, Jir.
Gonna make
Gua
this
map.
a very speedy end of the evening, despite all expectations.
I thought today was going to be insane.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be here until like midnight.
I told my wife I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be home. It's probably like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I was expecting it be one of those nights where I got home and basically just crashed as soon as I got home.
There.
But instead, I might actually stay up for EMEA.
You pick this up. 1, 2, swing. I'm in here, boys. Okay.
Well, something unable to escape, but still early advantage to the side of Paper Rex. Just gets tagged down to 47,
Wah,
and
unlucky
Envy
banget
just gets
itu.
dropped.
Unlucky banget udah
Tracer's
Invi.
betraying Cushy.
Hari ini Invi, wah,
You are divided.
bener-bener.
Cosmic Divide called through.
Oh,
Virgin Path sent Montiet. Slipping past the wall, catching Forsaken completely off guard. Xfero within this tiny little sliver forward on the site. A casual drag across, and Jing just has to hightail it out.
Lagi pada ngantuk anjir mainnya.
there's just no accounting for
Ini lagi,
these
guys.
lurks, these flanks, these kind of
Wah,
angles that
ngantuk,
are
guys.
very
Guys,
difficult so fast.
mending main kita tadi nih.
Montiet tries to challenge that.
Pada nontonin ginian, Jir.
Drop down, and he's gonna take everything from them. A 4K from Montiet.
Ngantuk gini, cocok.
7-0.
But everything they do is right.
I mean, it was at this point on buy-in, we saw Paper X able to scoop up, 2-round wins.
This time it's a 3v5 and they win it. They're just outplaying them. They're out moving on the map.
And they're doing it so casually.
Yeah.
This is...
Nice one, guys. Nice one, guys. Nice one, guys.
It looks like
Two
Paper
guys,
X
nice
just
two guys.
lost.
Bingung.
Everything that they try just is thwarted. You lose the op again. And you got to force into this round.
Goodbye.
Jemkin knows it.
I have a second. Yep.
Not your best.
Of course he does his job.
Kalah aja.
This is hard to watch.
Here.
I mean, you're just dry peeking into the outlaw, one after the other. I think I just heard Alex slam the desk.
Wouldn't be too shocking. Devi similarly dead. As Paper Rex, the players just
Here.
continuing to feel like they have to make a move, that they have to make a hero play, but RQ just seemingly are their kryptonite at every twist and turn.
30 seconds
They're
left.
just so good today.
They're onto the site, something.
Spike planted.
Just playing it as quietly and patiently as he possibly can, but ultimately has to back away here in main. Try to see if he can fend off any exits that might come his way.
Gotta save, man.
Jing, position getting encroached upon. Crazy guy working his way forward into the site. Goes, wraps around the back of Hall.
What if he just rips his ult in a back hall?
I mean, 8-0 up?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Screw it.
White. Why not?
Can
It's like the
absolutely
only thing you
afford
haven't checked on the map now.
At that point, I mean, it's just like
Whoa.
giving Paper
Gila,
Rex a pinch
Xfero.
point. Saying like, here,
Wangi
you don't
banget.
have to worry about this ultimate anymore. Not yet. Jumping forward, Jing will be able to find it, so stops it from being a flawless, but that's really the only boon no other positives or silver linings to scrape away from these rounds.
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean,
Gila Invi sih
Jebkin here
lagi
reading the
pada bau
situation
semua sih ini.
brilliantly in terms of
Atau
purchasing the
Invinya doang yang
Outlaw
bauin ya.
to good use. I don't really think
Jadi
he
kebawa vibes-nya gitu loh, yang lain.
knew they were going to be
Jadi kurang gitu, Jo.
there it is.
2,000 kills for Jemkin, congratulations. It's just been an absolute beast. Filtron quickly cleared. That's for them to try to disguise something's position here, but the drone not quite going to get taken down, but Forsaken does, and something eating some damage has to quickly make his exit now. They engage forward onto the B site. Whaley here just around the corner, trying to swing out. Jing immediately going to be taken down. Hunter's Fury hauled in what feels like desperation from Envy a world away. RQ just pumped the brakes and said, okay, now we plant. Something with one. Going to be committing double ultimates into this round. They know that they need to get something on the board. And if this does not work out, this could absolutely be their undoing as the second shot from Jemkin.
Kalah.
Lockdown is destroyed by the Armageddon. Nothing sticks to this RQ team.
Udah bingung sih ini.
Paper Rex continue to throw everything they possibly can.
Udah bawa aja nih.
9-0.
Yeah, I mean, you can see why a lot of teams don't want to play RRQ on Pearl. And this is even the side of the map that Paper X opted to choose coming into this. And it is horrific. Even if you make this a 9-3, I don't know how that feels. Yeah.
Satu hiburan yang menghibur ya cuma itu, guys. Paper X ini. Ya Allah.
One away from Hunter's Fury of their own. Tag onto something who just has a Marshall. Start out to clear the cubby. Nobody home. Paper X is just stacking mid. Just gonna try to play for something.
Playing into Jemkin. Shot connects. Forsaken's got 1 HP.
Gila itu Jemkin gak pernah miss yo Udah lagi wangi aja juga RRQ. Lagi jago.
Jump peek to try to escort forward, but Jing also similarly tags, and they've got 2 players with 11 HP between them, and Cushy is already killed off one of the healthier players remaining. Damn near flawless. Everything thrown just to
Ini 13-0, guys. Lebih parah lawan daripada DFM loh. Lagi di per lagi loh. Rekor Paper X di Pearl sih menyedihkan ya. 2 kekalahan terbesar bisa-bisa nih.
They would get huge advantages and they still couldn't close it out. So you're scraping the
bottom. Ini bisa jadi 2 kekalahan tergede ini. Semuanya di Pearl loh.
Tagged up very slightly at the same time. Forsaken still takes the brunt of it down to 45.
Here. This is a round where Paper X, you want to let RRQ come into this A site, but they're peeling off of this. They're going mid.
I think the screen might have been bugged. So they do have the operator.
Yeah. Just barely.
Push coming in, Forsaken winning the fight. Takes down the enemy IGL as something holding close. Solid peek, using the enemy drone against them. Finds the timing versus Boniet.
Kena itu Envy lagi, Cok.
Now a 3v5. RQ maintain perfection. Divine maybe just spotting that operator peeling back behind the door.
Finally starting to see some decent reads and protocols here for Paper X.
30
too little, too late.
Push to the corner.
Lihat tuh Jemkin.
Snappy from Jemkin. Wow.
Lihat tuh Jemkin, Cok.
Will be able to fight back for a hell of a lot more, and all right. The 13-0 dream for
Kira pecah
RRQ
telur, ya
shattered.
Allah.
Finally managed to find a round win, but the best they can hope for is going to be a 2-10 half.
1-10, jing.
I mean, you can have an operator passed over to him, but he's got the ult ready to go all the same.
Yep. Doesn't need it. Woo! Nice one from something. God, Jemkin. Just misses. That's
Gila,
okay.
Jemkin sih gak ada obat, Cok, di game ini. Di 2 game ini, Jir. On point semua nembaknya.
You want to play?
Keeping the
Let's
spirits
play.
relatively high despite the score line here. But
Do what you can.
yeah,
Might just have this op battle happening here as
Here.
Drone will lead the way. Forsaken clears that out.
oh look at how fast this is.
Yeah, the pressure coming through, but Forsaken doing well once again to be able to find that kill. Maniette going to be shut down. Xpharaoh joins him in the grave. Fine does get traded, but doesn't open up too much of the map here for RRQ, and they're in a very committed position this far forward.
Portal closed.
You can try to backpedal, but you do have Jing spawning all the way out of A main that could potentially intercept this spike at club if he hits the shot at range.
Trying to figure out where Crazy Guy went. They're doubling back towards B because Crazy Guy's wrapped all the way through there.
And just having to re-clear this one. Something
Waduh.
TP is.
finds the shot.
Untung dapat kursi. Udah balik gak sih?
Try to get onto the
Spike-nya di
side.
B loh.
Something starting to shift his attention at exactly the right moment, but doesn't know whether he has to look high or low.
30
Crazy Guy has
seconds
now made his way into halls. Has put something very much at risk. Read it for a brief little moment there, but
Magnition.
Crazy Guy still able to find that kill. 2v3. Virgin Path's gonna be sent dodge. Plant now. Set up by Jemkin. Smokes do fall, but Forsaken gets on the angle, clears them out. Manages to find the follow-up. So a 3K for him once again. Final 2 rounds of the half go the way of PRX, but they haven't been able to get a pistol yet.
It is the most needed pistol they've had in quite a while.
Switching sides.
They are. I mean, Forsaken's coming alive here a little bit. Is it going to be enough? It's huge there that actually something gets that kill, because if he is forced to TP out of there, he dies to Crazy Guy. Just straight up dies to him, and then that might be 11-1.
Nice. I done. Comeback is real, boy. We already played.
Halftime.
Comeback is real. Word spoken by Forsaken.
Berat sih.
I mean, this
Jujur
is
aja,
a
Son.
victory where
Berat
they
sih.
should have been more favored with the double duelist, but
Jemkinnya nyala lagi, selesai tetap.
about it, you're playing into this chamber that is so good at containing.
Kuncinya di manusia itu aja ya tuh.
And especially at
Lagi wangi ya, kelar aja.
going to afford you and how hard it's going to be for these two duelists to do much about it until you get into the snipers yourself. Especially as the waylay, right? Like, your job is to clear out some of those tight angles, those tight corners, you know, get a little bit in open space, but you're rarely going to be gifted opportunities where the chamber is going to give you the chance to be hit by you know, a saturate or
Yeah, you just rendezvous away.
yeah, exactly. So even if they are playing in close quarters, they still have escape options. So, you know, it comes down to maybe that Yoru getting some deep TPs or something like that, or some good util from Forsaken on the Astra to keep Jemkin busy. But it's finding him first before he finds you that has been the absolute huge, unbelievable problem for Paper X, because Jemkin is not only 10 steps ahead of you, but he's out aiming you too.
Back in we go. 6 headhunter bullets here for Jemkin. The relay bolt timing just perfect from Maniette. Up some back, but now look for the pop flash through, and Maniette able to find one. Forsaken continuing where he left off, finds a kill, but it's going to be damage exchanged here as both teams lose a player apiece.
You're going to know here real quick that they didn't commit to B.
Got the trademark set up, now cleared out. Jemkin sending out a shot, eats a bit of damage, takes the rendezvous. Sets him up over a dugout. Pivots back, playing more towards that secret side. connecting. Good amount of damage there onto Envy. The right click from Crazy Guy, just perfectly aligned. Flips him at his knees. Xfero strafing across with a silent little tug there from Jing. Swinging around the back, see if he can find one. Out from Flowers, Forsaken with 3, looking for a 4th as Jemkin. Needing to do it all, cannot. Paper Rex will find their first pistol when they need it the most. Get themselves a 3rd round win.
Okay, this looked pretty good. The mid-rounding call, very nice. To go back towards
Please. Ada keajaiban.
Waterfall to make sure that all the lurkers were, or the latecomers, I should say, are accounted for. Very, very good. Just how you draw it up, and then Forsaken hits another 3K.
Boys, let's go, boys.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been 3 rounds in a row for him now.
Yeah.
Climbing the standings. Monyet, though, looking to fight around a main, has to back away, the dive forward. The back pedal from Crazy Guy, stunned up. Something pursues deep enough to eventually get onto the angle. Cleans up the kill. Strone over the top. Monyet quickly slotting over. As the chase comes in, Jing, how...
Nice banget, Jason. Let's go. Itu dari tadi, flawless ayo. Flawless. Udah dapat duit banyak. Flawless. Please Invi, jangan mati Invi. Flawless.
Keep the pressure on. Hit a good saturate too.
Please Invi, jangan mati Invi. Flawless.
Last player.
Ya elah, situ lagi beliau.
Much rather die to the spike. Looks like he should be able to do so.
Yep, just playing it nice and quiet. Flawless will be given over to Paper Rex, but don't want to surrender any additional ult charge here or cred. So, Paper Rex, very clean anti-eco. Now go into the bonus with a decent amount of firepower.
I'm curious to see if they just keep it going. Keep the tempo, keep the pressure going.
May just, especially with 2 stingers on both of the duelists.
They're gonna go B.
The change up. Crazy Guy going for an Odin. It's gonna be playing outside of A main.
Kurang coba lihat, langsung main Odin beliau ini.
In hand, thrown to the corner. Clears that one out. Rendezvous not yet taken.
Dan menang banget loh, kayak nggak pernah menang. Pernah menang ke RRQ guys.
Paper Rex widely still not dissuaded as Monyet quickly makes his way across from that A side of the map over to this B side. Xfero able to find one Monyet. And finding another. Forsaken once again asking
Odinnya belum main loh ini.
lifting, but Jemkin just doesn't give him the time. Vi pushes the corner, clears out the trademark. Doesn't really have any way to try to get access to that spike.
Waits out the util there. Stealth drone tries to re-clear that space, but 4 players there. Everybody in RQ just gonna hold their angles. Could have converted a bonus here. This Paper X, who knows? Maybe you start feeling like comeback is possible. It would be an absolute miracle from Devi. He's making noise.
Yeah, I mean, they know exactly where he's at. Xfero ready to spring the trap at any given moment. And there it is. It's a shutdown RQ. Denying in very clean fashion any hope of a bonus conversion from Paper Rex. Now we're just 2 away from closing out this series.
Yeah, man. Just not able to get deep enough there is Jing. And then these crossfires quickly set up a quick reaction from RRQ. The extra piece in place to help out Jemkin. Yeah. Well,
Oh, Bang Alek.
got the rifles. Got a cosmic divide. It's got to work here. Different angle by Jemkin. Didn't clear the drone though.
Makes his exit. Well, it's a very short jump from him with that rendezvous.
Look how fast they are to react. Look at Cushy and Monyet.
I mean, yeah, crazy guys just pushing all the way out of A main.
Yep.
He's just fearlessly been stomping forward and saying, yep, no one here, no one here. It's the rotate.
You are divided.
It's Cosmic Divide. Attempt to be used, but Monyet out in front of this one.
Can't.
And they're just investing the ult, and then they're going to have to just rotate off of here.
Yeah.
Bomb grenade out.
You can't. Took too long. The macro's just not there. You're trying to just brute force your way through. You leave Forsaken out here on his own, but he gets one that's great. He doesn't.
Cushy. Kickoff Cushy, continuing to deliver. Now, they know that they have to try to just push forward, blind into an Odin. TP forward does come through. Devi arriving on that stair side, puts him low, but cannot get the kill.
30 seconds.
Something dead. Cushy is just continuing to rip them to pieces. You cannot push this man.
Player standing.
He will destroy you all.
Give him
Has the
ace.
4K. Can he get the ace? No. Jemkin will take it. Put a fork in this series. This is over.
I mean, just look how ready he was, though. He throws the recon dart because he's expecting a repeak. Not many teams.
Kalah aja.
To try to get ahead of the retake.
Kalah
Paper X will,
aja.
he knows it.
30 seconds.
Oh, look at this.
Spike planted.
And Devi has no choice at that point. Has to push.
One enemy remaining.
Just unreal.
Hey, my ace. Odin flowers. Okay, Odin flowers. Odin flowers.
I would have said the same thing. Ace. Not much left in the tank.
You got
Glass
glass cannon
cannon.
on Devi.
Yeah.
For Paper X, I mean, this needs to be the start of something miraculous.
8 in a row.
Just a Hunter's Fury. As far as the ultimates are concerned, no money to work with. No way into that A site.
Instead of the triple
Iya,
surely
lo.
Jin can't kill us all three this time.
Terus Paper X yang biasa gitu tuh.
He only has a
Ngajar emang.
Absolutely he can.
Yeah.
But
Deadlock banget ya ini ya.
Let Bucky be something else. Sparrow looking for timing spray. Spots out something up and over the top. Station's now starting to come through, but Devi, nicely timed, peeks in, clears out that trademark. Just try to just keep the interest on this side of the map. Final tag will take Xfero down to 5 health with that Hunter's Fury. Further information garnered here, but now the
30
plant getting ready to
seconds
come in. Monyet on the approach.
Spike planted.
Around the back, they had heard Devi, or at least a player in Art previously, as, yep, there's the spot out. Monyet just gonna reroute. Leaves it for Jemkin to contend with. Looks to join in with the rest of the team and apply some pressure from the flank. Something for the moment, watching for this. I'm starting to get away from them, very labored, but eventually Envy finding the kill onto Cushy. Swing in the corner, Monyet draws out the weapon a little bit faster, something gonna be taken down. Jemkin lost at the same time, and now Envy gone. Jing, the Bucky, able to find one. Time starting to get away from them as Devi pushes forward, finding the one, and finding a third. Paper Rex, they will get themselves another round win, up to 5, but it's 7 more to go.
yeah, and this time, you know, Paper X working the map a little bit more, not being so predictable in terms of just where things start is where they really want to go. Working a couple different angles. Crazy guy. Vi, though, huge in this round. Instrumental.
One enemy remaining.
Gonna find a couple big ones even on the sliding Monyet, who's very weak, but still got it. Operator for Jemkin. Crazy guy.
Overrider.
His ult. Ooh, Jemkin.
Teetering back on his heels.
Surprised you don't try to throw a flash. There it is.
Well, they do, and now they get the confirmation. Solid pressure exerted there from Paper Rex. Themselves a bit of control around mid.
I have the spike.
Still too wary to push forward at Art.
A change in the trademark positioning right at the front entrance of A. But the thing is RRQ setting up away from all of this. Do have that op.
Shifting it back over. You got Crazy Guy nearby as well. He's got the Armageddon.
Yeah, look at the ults. Yeah.
There's a 100 series, so there's a lot of delay available as Salvos go. Jake trying to dive into dugout, as there's now that Armageddon called in. Something able to avoid it, but gets picked up for a moment. Free pushes out of the smoke, gets taken down. Invi dead, Spike on the floor. Divine once again asked
Thank you guys yang udah nonton guys.
now has to do it all.
Welcome to
13 to 5, a flawless final round. RRQ.
Mana jati diri kalian, Paper X.
Forward to square off against Nongshim Red Force for the first Pacific slot at Master Santiago.
Just so impressive. RRQ has looked so good. They gave up 11 total rounds to Paper X across 2 maps. And
Kebantai sih ini.
To yet another, their 3rd global event in a row if they can do it. And I'm feeling even better now than I ever have about this team. This is the cleanest we've ever seen them.
No, they really are. Clearly, Ewok was the problem. Coach Chovy reigns supreme. Bathed in gold. No, but this has just been...
Kalah aja.